Hi everyone, it's Mojaxx back in the DJcity UK lab today with a first look at the brand new public beta of Serato DJ Pro version 2.5. There is also a public beta of version 1.5 of Serato DJ Lite, but we'll just be looking at Serato DJ Pro in this video. Now, a couple of things to get out of the way. I've only just got hold of this. I've not been playing with it secretly for weeks or anything. I've just got hold of it in the last half an hour. So don't expect a really in-depth look at all the features. This is really just the headline stuff that we'll be talking about here. The second thing is that this is a public beta. It's not a full release. So if you're doing anything mission critical with your DJ computer, do not go installing this right now. Wait for the full release to come out. If you want to be a part of the community and feedback bugs and stuff to Serato, that's great. By all means, go ahead and do it. I've done that for years. But yeah, just be patient. If you're doing anything important, a gig or a live stream, just hold your horses for the time being. This is a big release though for Serato. Clearly our friends over there are very excited about this, and wearing my Beat Source hat, both literally and figuratively, we are really pumped for this one as well. There's really three headline features that we need to talk about. Firstly, Mac OS 11 Big Sur compatibility. Now that operating system has been around for a few months now. Apple every year bring out the new version of OS 10 and now 11, and they break loads of stuff. That's always the case. But yes, the new version of Serato DJ Pro is going to be compatible with that. A couple of things there though. Firstly, it's not yet compatible with the new M1 chips, Apple's own silicon in those new MacBook Airs and MacBook Pros. Not many things are at this point because software needs a lot of work to be reprogrammed basically to work with those. So don't expect that anytime soon. This is still for your Intel-based Mac machines. But yeah, it should work. Now, the other thing is, of course, drivers are a big problem. So if your hardware does not have suitable drivers for OS 11 Big Sur, then again, you shouldn't update to Big Sur on your computer. It's just one of those things. Ideally, leave it as long as you can. There's really no rush to upgrade your operating system. I won't be upgrading for quite some time. So yeah, just try and be patient there, but it is now supported. That's great to see. The second thing is, and this is where, I'm getting hyped from a Beat Source standpoint, is that we've had Beat Source and Beat Port Link inside Serato DJ Pro for a little while now. That is fantastic. But what we haven't had is the offline locker. So you can currently go in there and stream, absolutely. So just play your tracks from the internet, no problem. And the metadata is all stored offline. So your cue points, beat grids, etc. That's all in there working great. But as part of the plans that you get with Beat Source, so you've got the Pro and the Pro Plus level plans, with those you get offline storage, 50 tracks and 100 tracks respectively. Now, of course, you can take some out and put other ones in and switch them around. It's just a 50 or 100 in total. And now that capability is inside Serato DJ Pro. So you've got this new tab there, Beat Source Locker. So what I'll do is just grab a few tracks from this playlist and I'll drag them to the Beat Source Locker playlist on the side, and you can see it's got the arrows gradually fill in with white as they download to the drive. And once that's done, I'll be able to disconnect the Wi-Fi from this laptop and we should be able to play as normal. So they're all done. So I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off and let's load up a track. And there it is. So that is from Beat Source Link. So if you're going to a gig without an internet connection, if you're a bit worried about your internet connection being sketchy somewhere, you can get those tracks saved to the offline locker. And again, your metadata, your cue points, etc., all saved anyway. So they'll still come up regardless, but yeah, it's all there. Yeah, we're really excited to see this feature. It's awesome. Now, the third big feature, which you've seen me using now already, is official Serato accessory support for Phase. Now, this has been promised for over a year. They were talking about this at the NAMM show in California back at the beginning of 2020. So it's taken a while, but it's here. So we now have the official Serato accessory support, and that means that you can just plug in your Phase box, your receiver, via USB. No RCA cables needed to go to the mixer. You're just plugging in via USB. It doesn't use regular internal mode. It uses a new mode called wireless. So we've got absolute, relative, and wireless as well as internal. So you switch it to wireless, and then up on the virtual decks, you actually get a battery display for your 2 remotes as well. So that's fantastic to see. You don't need to go out to a different screen to see how your battery life is doing with your phase setup. You see it right there from the main screen. That's not a touch that I expected to see, and I'm really pleased to see that there. That's a great little kind of thought that they've put into that. So far, it just seems to work. You know, the promise is that it's going to give you lower latency, it's going to give you faster response, more accuracy, and so far I don't see anything that makes me think it's not going to give you that. Just seems to be pretty much on point. Now, you will need to download a beta version of the firmware for your phase receiver and remotes, so you have to do that through the MWM website as well. But once you've got that installed, the actual process is fairly straightforward. It's not too tricky to do. And yeah, it's just a fantastic implementation. I'm really excited to get to know this a bit better. Now, of course, this wouldn't be a big release of Serato DJ Pro without a whole laundry list of other kind of bug fixes and small changes they've made here and there. There is some stuff like they've changed the way you work with your expansions now within the software. That's a lot cleaner and smoother than it was before. That's really nice. And there's a few changes to some buttons and things like that in the layout, just overall kind of enhancing the look. Loads of bug fixes for specific devices, that kind of stuff. But there is one other thing which I did note in the other changes section, and that is reduced drift for the Rain 12, 12 Mark II, and Denon DJsc 5000 Prime. So if you're using one of those spinning platter devices, you might well see an improvement here as well. So yeah, overall, you can see Serato are clearly excited about this. At BeatSource, we're very excited about this as well. This is going to be a big release, but do bear in mind, it is a public beta. It is not finished. Do not treat it as such. Do not rely on it for anything important. But if you want to get to know it before the full release comes out, if you want to be a part of that community, giving that feedback to Serato, yeah, jump on in, because this is a superb version. Loads of really cool stuff to play with. Thanks for watching today. Make sure you subscribe for all our future tips, tricks, and product reviews. I'll see you soon.